Hello, my name is Hwan Kyoon Im, and tonight I'm representing Group 1, International Group of our course. Before I begin, I would like to thank Professor Pyun about giving us opportunity to have a conversation and debate through this teaching method assignment. Of course, by using such a unique method. And I also wish to tell that through the lecture, I was able to do some critical thinking about my attitude and my physical stance, which is quite remarkable. And I also think that all those stretching and exercise before our class is very impressive. Now I'll begin with short summary of our last week's lecture. First of all, Professor mentioned that about differentiation of consciousness. He has told us the differentiation of human consciousness is to be operated by a self-correcting process of learning. Experience actually gives rise to inquiry and insight, and as a result, we actually learn and experience that insight point of view, which enables us to own such a value. Difference between walking and lying down could be the one example of this whole process. Walking is one thing, but running is another. So without changing your mind, your body wouldn't be switching to running from walking. The major differentiation of consciousness is that when you experience something very hot, your mother tells us that we actually should not touch something hot. So the baby, which was our childhood, will ask mother why we cannot touch him. Then mother would probably tell us that if we touch something hot, we'll get hurt. So through this process, we have learned that if we touch something hot, we will get hurt. So this whole process is inquiry, and experience gives us insight and inquiry. The interiority identifies in personal experience. One's conscious and the experience enables to link between each other. Therefore, we can communicate with each other by using interiority. It offers basis for ongoing systems and a standpoint from which all the differentiation of human consciousness can be explored. So that probably interiority is the most important element of human being. Through the lecture, Professor has once mentioned the differentiation of consciousness leads to successive stages of development. During class, we have learned the difference between Kusaki and Shinsaki. The major difference between Kusaki and Shinsaki is way of thinking and how their consciousness goes on. The Kusaki, people actually used the natural instrument given by their mother nature. However, in Shinsaki, people were able to use the tools that have actually been modified by themselves for their better use. So therefore, differentiation of consciousness enables people to develop through the process of learning and recognizing. Experimenting is the main principle of engineering, especially in natural sciences. These days, the natural sciences are getting much more important than it was before. So one of the most important factors in natural sciences is the experiment. The human mind is easily adapted by accurate observation by using scales, and these kind of processes are always necessary for experimenting, and through the experimenting we can discover something. So that as our human mind keeps going on with experimenting, we will be able to discover things again and again. Finally, we have talked about process of experimentation. The experimentation is actually not something that happens outside, but inside our mind, so that our mind can be distinguished from the understanding stage and judging stage. However, altogether, they are all related as a one thing, so that when we do something, we need to collaborate and perform with a great friendship with our co-workers. This is quite all as a summary of our last week's lecture, and this is probably the end of my self-teaching method. And I would like to thank you for listening to my self-teaching method. Thank you.